Welcome to another edition of Best on Tour this week, presented by Best on Tour, where we talk about what happened on and off the water in the world of professional bass fishing. I am Matt Pangrac, along with my co-host Dave Rush from Best on Tour, and not a lot of action on the water for the first time in several months this week, Dave, but a lot of action off the water. We'll kick things off. If you remember last week's show, you talked about the AFCO Collegiate Bass Open on Lake Dardanelle in Russellville, Arkansas. Over 550 collegiate anglers competed in that event, and according to a local article, I thought it was very interesting. The Russellville Advertising and Promotion Commission, this event had an estimated economic impact of $573,000 on the Arkansas River Valley. So not only building some of the best young anglers, but also over $500,000 of economic impact for that AFCO Open on Dardanelle, which was actually won by Bryce DeMurio and Trip Berlinski with 33.77 pounds. And they also have had some success on the bass side, right, Dave?
Yeah, both of those guys are doing well in the Classic bracket. One of them moving on to the Bassmaster Classic, winning that event. And for sure, the college fishing scene continues to make a huge impact financially wherever they go across the country. Those guys spend a lot of money on tackle, gas, food, lodging. So good deal all around for collegiate fishing, helping out those communities.
MLF continues to revamp pretty much every series for the 2026 season. We've seen press releases for the invitationals that are now the pro circuits, the BPT cutting to 50 in 2026, and now a press release coming out on October 20th with some tweaks to the Toyota series.
Absolutely, that coming across the wire recently. MLF putting out the information, the details on the Toyota series, payouts, entry fee dates, so on and so forth. But the biggest news coming out of that, Matt, is the 3-hour continuous forward-facing and 360 sonar rules are also going to be implemented in the Toyota series, just like the BFL. Once again, no details on exactly how that is going to be enforced, what their plan is, but with them having it in the BFLs and the Toyota series, they have to have a plan at this point to make sure that that can be implemented. October 23rd, the entries open for the top 25 pros and co-anglers from the 2025 season. So that gets that kicked off, and very interesting developments there with the Toyota series.
All right, let's stick with MLF and move over to the team series that is taking place, the longest titled tournament series in bass fishing history. It is the Fishing Clash Team Series presented by Bass Pro Shops Folds of Honor Patriot Cup presented by B&W Trailer Hitches. And that kicks off this week with another group of teams, kind of looking through the teams here. Now, they kind of mix and match some of the teams. So some of the guys who have competed in previous cups are fishing with someone different this week. But you have Edwin Evers and Jesse Wiggins, James Elam and AJ Sr., Ott Defo and Andy Montgomery return as a dynamic duo looking for another cup victory. Very interesting. Takahiro Omori and Dean Rojas, Bradley Roy and Greg Vinson, Alton Jones Jr. and Jake Lawrence, Justin Cooper and Skeet Reese competing in one of his final professional tournaments, Luke Clausen and Michael Neal, Dustin Connell and Jacob Wheeler, the Dream Team back together. Wheeler won the last cup with MDJ. Then Brandon Coulter and John Hunter, Mark Davis and Marshall Hughes, and then rounding it out, Colby Miller and Brian Thrift. So that is taking place this week in Alabama, the third team series event of the 2026 season. They're looking for some hardware. There's also an opportunity for some other anglers to snag some hardware at the end of the year, courtesy of Best on Tour. Dave, what is the update with the BOT Awards?
The BOT Awards, the nominations open this Thursday, Matt. So you can go to bestontour.net/awards, and you can nominate your favorite pro angler, content creator, Boat Dog and more. Winners will receive an exclusive custom 3D printed medal from Best on Tour and get a lot of accolades on all our platforms. So this is something new we are trying. We are looking for some input from all of our subscribers, the viewers here. Go to the link, nominate your favorites in each of the categories, and there are just a absolute ton of categories, Matt. I think the way we're going to do it is see how many nominations we get from each category, and then we're going to break it down from there. And there'll be more information coming in Best on Tour newsletter and on the podcast and here on Best on Tour this week, as far as how that all goes and what the progress is with the Best on Tour awards.
Become a better angler. Go behind the scenes of the top fishing tours, learn the business side of the fishing industry and how to get sponsorships. The Best on Tour newsletter brings you that all once a week. It's completely free. It also has information on the Best on Tour awards. So your favorite angler content creator, apparently dog, could be in the running for a prize. Looking forward to that. bestontour.net. Super simple. Dave, appreciate the time this week. We are taking a week off next week, but we will be back in 2 weeks for another edition of Best on Tour this week. And we will talk to everybody then. See ya.
See ya.